We all have a dream that we someday hope to achieve. And this is also true when it comes to your financial dreams. If you're watching this, it's most likely because you're looking for ways to achieve your financial goals. Yet, so many people are stuck wondering how to even make that happen. And I'm going to help you guys with that today. And so, the one problem I always see when I talk to you guys is that you're crystal clear on your desired outcome, but you haven't been able to wrap your head around how to achieve it. It's easy to be crystal clear on wanting financial freedom, not working a 9 to 5 and reaching X amount of millions and making passive income while you're laying on the beach, right? That's the easy part. We can all dream the same dream. But what does that path to that destination look like? Today, we're going to make a plan so you can reach your financial goals with these 7 steps. I'm your host, Alexandra Gonzalez-Ganoza, and this is where your financial freedom begins. So we know there's no clear-cut roadmap to nirvana that exists, right? And there's so many variables for each person's unique situation that there isn't just a one size fits all plan that would work, because if not, we'd all follow it. This is more like Cinderella's heel, where each shoe or path is customized to each person or foot. And building this path, stepping out of your comfort zone and going after your financial dreams takes guts. It takes courage, strength of character, and honestly, above all, the ability to laugh off any kind of problem. Call it what you will, but the game of money is not for the faint hearted. And if you're looking for a financial savior to come to your rescue, guess what? It's you. It's not that you'll be figuring out this miraculous equation all by yourself. And of course, in fact, it's just the opposite. You're going to want and you're going to need a support structure of friends, experts, brokers, mentors, and teachers that will help you along this journey. This is your journey and you're the architect. Only you have the power to change your trajectory and to change your present reality and your future. No matter the path you take toward achieving your financial dreams, your success depends on one very important factor, and that's you. It's about creating what you want and figuring out how you're going to get there in a way that fits your values, your spirit, your interests, and your passion. In other words, it all comes down to you being you, right? Your being. It's time for you to be true to yourself. It's not time for you to be who people want you to be. It's not time for you to be the mother or wife, or you the father, or you the husband, or you the best friend or sister. You get the picture, right? Because once you figure out who you want to be, you will show up as your best version, as a mother, father, best friend, and sibling that you want to show up as, right? And that they need you to be. And honestly, I'm a big family person. And so being the best me for my family is probably one of the most important things in my life. And so, who are you, right? Your innermost person, your spiritual being. Who is that? How do you know when you're being true to you? Well, you can tell because magic honestly just starts to happen. For me, I consider it to be blessings, right? Blessings just start filling my life up. Has it ever happened to you when things just seem to be going right? You think about something and it just comes into your life, opportunities start coming your way, and you just always seem to be in the right place at the right time. And everything just happens effortlessly. You're happy and you're enjoying life, and everyone around you tells you that you're radiating happiness. That is the true you, your higher vibration. And so you might be wondering, how does being true to you fit into money, finance, and investing? Simple. Your plan has to fit you, not the dreams of those around you, not your friends, not society. Your reward of financial freedom really demands that you stay true to your values, your loved ones, your dreams, your talents, your silliness, and everything that makes you you. Because when it's something that fills your soul up, you'll keep doing it on days that you don't have motivation. You'll keep learning and you're going to keep growing. This is a big dream and it's going to take all of you. It's going to test you at times. So if you're doing this for anyone other than you or your why, then you're not going to make it. You're going to end up quitting. Okay, so once you've zeroed in on your why and gotten a very clear picture of what is authentically you, it's time to take that first step. And by the way, if you want a show about finding your why, let me know in the comments because I was just talking to a friend about this. She asked me that, and I basically, without even wanting to, accidentally created an outline for that show of basically what I did to find my why. And so if you guys want me to share that with you, leave it in the comments or in the reviews and we can work on getting an episode like that done for you guys. And for any quick starters out there, like if you're like me, then you're going to be really relieved that there's only 7 steps in total you need to take to reach any goal you want. These principles can be applied to any goal and not just your goal of financial freedom. This can be applied to weight loss goals, personal development, habit building, or even, I don't know, improving your family dynamic or the activities you want to go on this year. So number 1, know your destination. What is the ideal life you want to create for yourself and your loved ones? What do you need in financial terms to get there? Don't think of anything as too big or too much to accomplish. Write down exactly what you want, write down exactly what your goal is, no matter how bold it may seem, because I promise you it's achievable. Number 2, create a plan. You'll need to map out a plan for your destination. Why? Because a goal without a plan is just a wish. Dr. Gail Matthews, a psychology professor at the Dominican University in California, conducted a study on goal setting, and she divided the participants by those who wrote down their goals and those who didn't. What were her findings? More than 70% of the participants who sent weekly updates to a friend reported successful goal achievement, compared to 35% of those who kept their goals to themselves without writing them down. So that should paint a clear picture, a picture perfect image in your head as to why you need to write down your goals and have someone to hold you accountable. And honestly, your plan will most likely need to be revised along the way as you encounter obviously new or unexpected situations, including surpassing your goal. But you should always have a plan. And you should always write it down and share it with a friend or a mentor who believes in you. This will help hold you accountable when you lose your way, which will happen from time to time. You know, we're humans, we're not robots, we're not perfect. Distractions come along. So you need someone that's going to remind you of your bigger purpose. Number 3, break it down into manageable steps. Enormous goals can be incredibly intimidating. And so, as an example, let's say you decide to run a marathon, right? Even though you've never even run a day in your life. Well, just thinking about running the 26.2 miles is beyond overwhelming. But nobody starts there. You start with 1 mile and you train for months, maybe years. You keep adding more miles to your run, and eventually you can run the entire 26.2 miles without even taking a break. Something that likely seemed impossible in the beginning, but now is your reality, right? And you can just breeze through it. It's similar to financial goals. All my mentors always talk about how it was a lot harder to reach their first 100,000 than it was to reach 1 million or even 10 million, because they basically say that they apply that same plan but in a larger scale and they're already used to it. So it gets a lot easier to just multiply and, build on top of your habits. And so the same rules apply to attaining your financial goals. Set yourself up for success by breaking your big goals down into smaller and smaller goals until they're manageable and achievable. Plus, honestly, crossing each one off your list is so satisfying, no matter how small it is. Like, it's still incredibly satisfying when you get to just check that little bubble off on your notes app. Um, and so, honestly, everyone that knows me knows that my notes app is my best friend. I have a cajillion list on there, and I have different notebooks for different goals in my life, like personal and like emotional and even, just my financial goals and business goals. And it's proven also that once you check something off, and you're holding yourself there accountable and you're going through your list and you realize you still have like 10 more to check off, you're more motivated to do so. Um, and so, number 4, develop a habit of accomplishing at least one task each day that moves you toward your end goal. And honestly, to lose momentum once you start doing it is so much harder because you're just constantly working on your goal every day. Number 5, take advantage of organizers and reminders. Whether you prefer electronic tools like your iPhone or, written reminders and lists, like I told you guys I like before too, or a combination of both. I honestly use a combination of both. Utilize these tools to help you stay organized and keep you on track. My personal favorite one electronic tool, like on my iPhone, is my Google Calendar. It's my best friend because you can color code everything, and it's just like you get to basically personalize it the way you want, right? And you can set up reminders and appointments and whatnot. So if you don't use Google Calendar, I recommend you looking into it. Number 6, make learning a habit. Keep increasing your financial intelligence every day. Most CEOs read one book a week. Imagine how much you'd learn if you just committed to one a month. And if you haven't already, maybe start with Rich Dad Poor Dad. And then some of my personal favorites outside of Rich Dad Poor Dad are Atomic Habits and The Four Agreements. And then you can start to branch out into, your special area of interest, and go from there. The more you learn, the more your confidence will soar, and that will keep you motivated and creative and give you also the confidence to make those steps every day. And then number 7, build your team and your network. Your team will consist of professionals who help you find, analyze, and pursue opportunities. And your network will consist of those people in your life who encourage you and understand and support your goals. But be sure to choose wisely. The 5 people you surround yourself with and spend the most time with will shape exactly who you are. They will shape your habits. It'll shape everything. There's a quote that went viral for some time that was like, if your friend is a smoker, you'll be the 5th one in the group, and an alcoholic, you'll be a 5th one in the group. And if your friend is an investor, you'll be, the 6th one in the group. And so, your friends really reflect what your day looks like, what your present day looks like, what your tomorrow looks like, and what your future will look like too. Because if you have people around you that are doing better than you, you're going to want to elevate yourself too, to be able to share, the successes with them. And so I know that we, might interact with a lot of people, but it's the handful who we're closest to who have the greatest impact on our thoughts, decisions, and reality and future. So don't just hang out with people who are busy complaining about their finances and doing nothing about it. Find others on your same journey or people who have already succeeded, right? Have already been through the road that you want to be on. And don't waste your time with people who don't fill your soul or align with the goals in your life, because that's just a waste of time. And time is the one thing we don't get back. So you don't have time, especially if you're an entrepreneur or investor, to be spending it with people who don't make you grow. Surround yourself with people who inspire you and people who will enjoy, like while you're enjoying your time with them, you're also effortlessly learning new things along the way just by seeing them interact with other people or just by their day to day. Like even when I go grab coffee with, I don't know, my friend Nicole, like I learned so much about her business and what she's automating. And it always inspires me that the next time I see her, I want to be better. And honestly, at least that's when I feel the happiest, when I'm surrounded by people who inspire me and who are smart. People all over the world have reached their financial goals, and you can too. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Subscribe, leave 5 stars if you're listening on Spotify or wherever you're listening to. Leave us a review, and we have some exciting new shows coming up for you guys. It's something you haven't seen before. We've been working on this, and so I'm excited to hear your feedback on it. And stay tuned because those new shows will be coming out soon. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
This podcast is a presentation of Rich Dad Media Network.